Once upon a time, a guru had a disciple who was very talkative. Whenever he met someone, he would start giving his opinion about that person in front of his friends. Whether someone asked him or not, he would tell his opinion about almost everything around him. He had his positive or negative opinion about almost every student and teacher living in the ashram. He would keep it in front of people without thinking. Whenever a student from the ashram would come to him with a problem, he would start giving his opinion without listening to him completely. He would often tell his friends that you should have done this work like this, you should have done that work like this. He would talk about his knowledge about everything around him. He would not take any student or teacher seriously because of his behavior. Often, the students who studied with him would try to stay away from him because he would start giving advice on everything. No one wanted to make him their friend. Everyone just wanted to stay away from him. And often, the other students living in the ashram would make fun of him because of his bad habits. That boy also knew that no one liked him because of his bad habits. He also wanted to change his bad habits. But he was not able to stop giving his opinion on everything. One day, he went to his guru and told him about his problems. Guru said, "Son, most of the time, the person who thinks that he knows everything speaks the most. The person who thinks that he knows very little and there is still a lot to learn. He never speaks more than necessary and neither does he give advice without asking. So first, remove this pride from yourself that you know everything." The disciple bowed his head in front of the guru. Guru said, "Son, I cannot stop you from speaking more than necessary. You will have to reduce this habit slowly. But I can tell you that you should be calm at certain times so that you can save yourself from getting sad and in trouble." The disciple agreed to Guru's words and shook his head in agreement. Guru said, "Son, every person should keep his mouth shut at these 5 times. First, when you feel that no one can understand your feelings with your words, you should be quiet at that time. Often we start telling people our sorrows and problems, while most of the people around us have no idea what is happening in our lives. Every person only cares about himself. He only wants to talk about himself. He has no interest in our problems and he does not want to listen. It is possible that he may listen to your sad story once or twice, but after that he will start running away from you. Because no one likes to live with a sad and helpless person. Southwest, never leave your close friends and family and tell such a person your problems, which instead of understanding your words, make fun of them. Second, when you do not know what to say at a particular moment or you have half-complete knowledge about a particular incident, you should be quiet at such moments. A person who talks about that incident even after having incomplete knowledge often becomes a joke. And no one takes such a person seriously. Only a person who has a deep knowledge about that incident can keep his words in a positive way. So never try to convince people based on incomplete information. Third, when a person is talking bad about another person in front of you, you should be quiet. You should never be a part of such negative conversations. Because the person who is talking bad about another person in front of you today, tomorrow he will talk bad about you in front of someone else. And it is more likely that today you have said something bad about the third person to make him agree with you. Tomorrow, when the relationship is fine, he will also say something bad about you to that third person. So whenever someone talks bad about a third person or makes fun of his wrong time, you just have to listen to him. Do not keep any of your opinions there. If you do this, then problems can arise for you in the future. Fourth, when someone shouts at you with anger and violence, tries to insult you, then you can stay quiet in such a situation and reduce the anger and violence of the other person. You can also save the situation from getting worse. When you stay quiet at that time without answering the anger of the other person, then this thing touches the heart of the person who is angry. When the anger is reduced, he regrets his mistake. And it is more likely that he will apologize to you for his mistake. And even if he does not apologize, he will start thinking that he is guilty. And then he will think many times before getting angry at you. But you should not stay quiet in every situation. If someone is doing something wrong, then you have to answer him. Because there are some people who feel that our silence is our weakness. This way of staying quiet during anger is only right for family, relatives, and some close friends. Not for every person. If you start staying quiet everywhere, then its wrong benefit can also be taken. Guru said, 5. When a person is sharing his life's problems with you, you should stay quiet and listen to him. Most of the people are such that no one has told their problems to them, they have started giving solutions. Whereas, when a person is sharing his problems with us, he does not expect any advice from us. He just wants us to listen to him carefully. Because when we listen to someone's problems carefully, then that person gets a peace of mind. He feels that someone has understood my point. Most of the times, when people share their problems with us, they just want to tell us their problem. They do not want us to start giving them advice. Because they already know the advice that we are going to give them. The best way to console a person during a problem is to listen to that person carefully. When we listen to people's problems without stopping them and without giving any advice, then we get respect and love for them. We seem to be more serious, sensible, and calm-minded people. So, whenever someone shares their problems with you, just listen to them carefully. And do not give them any kind of advice until they ask you. Guru said, remember one thing, when you speak less, people are more attracted to you. They ask you what you are and what you think. The disciple nodded his head. He understood what Guru had said and how he should be calm in all situations. He also understood that by speaking less, he can regain his reputation in the ashram. He thanked Guru and left.